You seen any new
So,
movies lately?
let's see here.
Not it
No, I
necessarily have to be in theaters. Any movies in
oh, okay.
particular?
'Cause I hadn't, let's see. Last thing I saw at the show was the X-Men movie. Um, and that's about it. I think the last few movies I've seen recently were just like a few B movies, and I kind of put those reviews up on YouTube.
Hmm. I see.
So
I see.
how about yourself?
Oh my goodness. My friend, he's been having me try out a bunch of animes on Netflix. Some have
Oh,
been hits, some have been misses.
oh, okay. Like what's one you would think was a hit?
Well, he's got me watching something called Claymore. That was a hit.
Claymore. What's that about?
Oh, it's about have you ever heard of something called um Fist of the North Star?
Yeah, I heard of it. I haven't seen it, but I heard of it.
I would describe this show as Fist of the North Star and Sailor Moon put together. It's about these chicks walking through this kind of village type scenery, countryside, and they have to fight monsters.
Hmm.
Um, but the show kind of evolves along the way, so I'm really digging it.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's more of a like well, let me ask, is it like from what I understand, Fist of the North Star was like for its time, like really violent. Is 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 Claymore like real gory and stuff, or
Yeah,
is it just like fights and that's it?
you hit the nail right on the button. It is gory, it is violent, um, and they have a bunch of beautifully drawn chicks doing all that stuff. So, um,
Mm.
yeah, and the story also pulls you in and whatnot.
Okay. Okay. That sounds interesting.
Oh, and I've been watching Samurai Champloo or something. I call it Samurai Shampoo. I don't care.
Samurai Shampoo. What's that about?
That's about a modern style sword fighter and a kind of traditional samurai traveling through Japan looking for another samurai with this girl, kind of
Hmm.
also a typical anime premise, but this story has a lot of hip hop elements mixed in with it.
Oh, really?
A lot of urban culture mixed in it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Would you compare it to like Afro Samurai, or would you compare it more to what?
You know what? I'll say it's the kind of Afro Samurai and Hironi Kenshin kind of put together.
Now, I'm not too sure I'm familiar with Ironi Kenshin.
Are you familiar with Samurai X?
I I recognize the name, but I couldn't tell you what it was about.
You
I'm
know,
like
you're
I'm like
probably not
just
missing much with with these animes that my friend picked out, but
I, I'm literally like just now getting into animes and just finding out about animes and stuff. And a lot of the stuff that I've seen so far have been more on the I don't know, more like I guess on like the science fiction type side, like Ghost in the Shell. I did watch the first volume of Ergo Proxy and stuff
he
like
did suggest that to me too. Ergo Proc, or is that the one with the high school students?
no, no.
Okay.
This one is about is this lady and she's a cop and her partner is some type of robot. And meanwhile, they think like the robots in the society have got some virus or something like that, and they might be going crazy, and they don't know what's causing it. And then there's these weird creatures kind of running around, and I guess we have to figure out like how the weird creatures are involved in it. It's kind of strange and offbeat. I've only watched the first volume, so I haven't gotten to the end of the story yet. But it's kind of like on that tip.
I see. I see. Hmm.
Yeah, and stuff like that. I mean, I've seen Akira, which I guess is like the big anime that you know that everybody considers like the classic or whatever.
Hmm.
So.
Yes, yeah.
Now, I have heard of this one that I was thinking about getting uh, Paranoid Agent. Have you heard of that?
I have not heard of that one.
Okay. I think that has something to do with, I'm not too sure I understood the premise, but I think it has something to do with some people in the town and somebody might be a, a serial killer or something like that, but you don't know who it is. And there's some boy running around on some skates, beating people up or something.
Oh
But
boy.
I'm not sure if he's supposed to be the killer or if he's trying to kill the killer or kill the monster or whatever it is. I'm not too sure about that one.
Oh dear, I see. You know, I get listening to your review. I gave Doom Patrol a try, Grant Morrison's first volume, and it wasn't for me, man.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, not everything's for everybody.
But on the
Uh,
same note, I also picked up Grant Morrison's Marvel Boy because I want to start getting into reading um, the Avengers when Norman Osborn took over the team, and Marvel Boy was on
oh,
that one.
right. Dark Avengers,
Dark
right? Wait, yeah.
Avengers. And I kind of enjoyed his Marvel Boy. It lost me on it went and over exaggerated on a few parts, but the essence of the comic book I really enjoyed.
Oh, okay, okay. That was that was actually a pretty good one. I think the same. Oh, well, never mind. I'm getting my artist confused. I think the artist on that one, I don't have it in front of me, was
J.G. Jones.
Z Jones. Right, right. He did a Wonder Woman versus Batman comic that I want to read that I haven't read yet.
Oh, I can't pronounce it. I call it the Heineken. I don't.
Right, right. The Ikea, I think it's called something like that. I know what you're talking
You
about.
know, that comic, I'm not gonna give anything away, but I would say the one where he's facing Wonder Woman, um, that that was the comic book that kind of brought me to tears the most out of all the other comics I ever read.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I'll let you know it's not what you're seeing. It's not what it seems. There's another story in it that kind of undermines the superheroes fighting each other.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I know it. I mean, it's Greg Rucka, and I know it's supposed to be really good. So I thought I might give that a try. Have you been reading any of the new DC comics?
Nah, I want to read the Stormwatch.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's what I'm kind of anticipating the most because I'm wondering what they're gonna do with these characters. Like, how is Midnighter gonna fit in? And Apollo, are they gonna, tone down his power level? Because they're not gonna make him as strong as Superman.
Right, right. That's I haven't read it yet, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. They're just probably gonna tone the characters down, not have them as powerful as they were under the Wildstorm label,
Hmm.
and just probably generally just kind of tone them down a little, not making them as outrageous and stuff, since they have to fit in with the more, mainstream heroes now,
And what are they gonna do as far as structure? Because okay, the Stormwatch organization, if they have that in there, okay, what is Checkmate gonna do? Because wasn't Checkmate supposed to be kind of the shield of the DC universe? Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's what I thought. I thought Checkmate was more like the Shield, like you said, the Shield of the DC universe. But I'm kind of guessing since like Stormwatch has got like Martian Manhunter in there, and I think somebody said something. Well, the blurb had something to do with like something wrong is on the moon. So maybe Stormwatch will take on maybe the more science fiction-y elements. You know what I mean? And like Checkmate might still be more like on the espionage part. Maybe.
Paul Cornell, he has some good ideas, but he loses me at time. I think he thinks that the readers will give him more of the benefit of the doubt and know more what he's, gearing towards
Mm,
in his stories.
mm,
He takes liberties with like Grant Morrison does, as far as what he thinks that the audience will understand,
mm.
what his readers will
Okay,
understand.
okay.
Because I was reading his Lex Luthor. And he has some good parts, but he has some parts where I think the story kind of wanders off.
Oh, okay. I did not read his Lex Luthor. I
Did
know some people liked it, some people didn't.
Did you read his Pete Wisdom?
No, I didn't. I
Mm,
did not.
that was a real good. That was a decent book. I'll give that book a pass. The Pete Wisdom one.
Okay. Are there any things that you are generally excited about that is coming out right now? Or are you just kind of a little bit burnt out on a lot of comics now, or
I was
are
gonna
you
ask
still
you that. I don't know what's going down in comics nowadays. I've been picking up trades, man.
I was about to kind of slide into the trade thing too, but then the DC thing started coming. I was like, wow, I'll just pick up one or two things. And then I started getting a few more, but I got to cut back again because I kind of overspent a little bit.
Yeah.
With, I mean, not just on comics, but just other stuff that I buy or whatnot. But yeah, I'm probably gonna, slow down, get more into the trades as well.
Yeah, I think they should just go and write for trades from now on.
Well, they write for trades, but they should all get it together and then put it out as one trade.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I did buy the new Ultimate Spider-Man, with the Miles Morales character
With the
in it.
black guy as Spider-Man.
Right. But it's not a bad comic, but it's so decompressed, nothing happens.
Really?
And I would have probably read real good if you read it at one time, but it's like it's you don't get a satisfying read, when you know what I'm saying.
Now
When you
was
take
was that ship really broken? Like, why did they make that change? Was Ultimate Spider-Man not selling, or what's going on?
Oh, I don't know. I think, well, I think the Ultimate line was kind of struggling, except for the Spider-Man thing. I mean, they're relaunching the Ultimate line again.
Oh man.
So, yeah, so they're gonna start out with a new Ultimates, a new Ultimate X-Men. There's already the new Ultimate Spider-Man. There's going to be another one. But yeah, they're starting all those over with new number ones, this month as well. So,
Hmm.
I mean, it was their best, those were some of their best selling comics when they first came out,
Yeah,
whatever, 10 years ago.
that was
But,
kicking DC's ass all over the place.
oh yeah. But they kind of ran out of steam. I think it started kind of meandering like a few years ago, and then they did. I don't know if you ever read the Ultimatum story.
And when you're giving the keys to Jeff Loeb, it's over.
Right, right. He kind of ran that train off the track. So I guess they figured they rebooted it, but then people weren't on anymore. So I guess they figured they're gonna reboot it again. So
I
yeah.
was reading Mark Miller's Ultimate Avengers.
hmm
Have you been reading that?
I read the first arc and then I stopped. I read the one with the Red Skull and with the art was by Carlos Pacheco. I don't know. I think he got kind of lazy, to tell you the truth. Were you enjoying it or?
I stuck it through, and I didn't think it was bad, and I really enjoyed when Blade came.
Oh, okay, okay.
I think you and PM Knight, you really enjoy the Blade story, man,
Oh, okay, okay.
as
Yeah, because
well as the Punisher story, because they got a Hulk in there, and he's black, and we discover
right,
things about that Hulk.
right, right. Now I remember flipping through that at the store because it was. Let's see, they brought him in there, and then didn't they have like Ultimate Ghost Rider in that same story, right?
Yes, yes.